This side.
The Valtonia side?
This side?
Yeah, because he would be the only, like, source we have to this information, right?
Correct. But he would be that for either case.
Because I was going to say Velkester to keep an eye on the Zealots.
So we have one for each.
Or, like, I'm what's the word? Torn. Because I kind of want to keep an eye on the Zealots, but I also want to know how the evacuation goes.
Both sides will be evacuating, so...
Yeah, evacuation
Oh, okay.
specifically on that side. I mean, like, what valuable information do we get from keeping him on the side that's, I'm gonna say in quotation marks, fine, versus knowing what the fucking Zealots are doing? Yeah.
I think I agree with Alec, because I want to know if the Bloodstar is successful in cooking the plague, because I'm concerned about that spreading to the rest of the region.
It's true.
It just takes one massive victory for them to be like, well, this is how we should do it for the entire planet, and then you have terrorists.
No.
Wait, we already have terrorists. What am I talking about?
Yeah, you guys.
What? I didn't sign up for this.
Wait, shouldn't have been friends of Evo.
Anyways.
So, Velkester said?
Yeah.
Roger that.
That's what I'm hearing.
Then he will be traveling down south of you guys. So that way he can reestablish his observation post, so to speak. And of course, you guys have in your company Tal and Riza. What fun traveling companions. On the bright side, you guys won't have to worry about any random encounters on the way back.
Yeah,
Won't survive long. Alright, so let's change the music. Let's see. We're leaving the nice, pleasant comforts of Valtonia. So I think that there's really only one song that just fits the travel pack. Actually, we don't even need to do the travel back, as I said. So let's let's fast forward. Let's just gun it. Let's gun it straight to the Spire.
Punch it.
What's the music I had for the Spire? I don't remember. No, not Frenzy Flame song. That'd be bad.
Somebody snip stab.
I genuinely don't remember why I played for it.
Wasn't Lindell?
Oh, I think it was Lando. Thank you. Lando. OST.
Whenever I see OST, it's the funniest shit. And I'll show you a picture as to why if you give me a second.
It's 1 hour. Well, this is them going music. No, not that one. Wait, did they get rid of the Lanedale 1 hour version? Wait, what?
What?
Wait, that's like the one I always use.
No.
It's like the one I listen to while I'm prepping. And wait, it's actually gone. No.
It got too powerful.
They took it. They destroyed it.
Can't have nothing no more.
What the? It's like fucking the end of Planet of the Apes, the OG one. I don't want moderate rain. I want ambience. Okay, this word. Okay, this one. Okay, it's not the same. It's so fucking. Why? I'm just why. Where?
Too powerful.
What?
I was gonna say you
Yes.
got too powerful.
Guess so. Fucking rats. This slide. Ba-ba-ba. Oh, I forgot to get rid of these guys. Let's see. Let me set on loop if I didn't already. I did. Go me. So, you guys make your way out of Valtonio. Traveling south, past good old Mason and his little shantytown slum inn tavern space, back into the tunnel networks where Guardsman Wayland had shown you. You guys don't cross the tunnel behind you, and begin making your way back through the tunnel network south, clearing through this side of the city, the ruined city on the Valtonian side, past the scorched earth section in the middle of town and the Plague District, and then back into the Velkester lines. Every now and again, when you guys are traveling in the darkness of the tunnel, which you guys have torches and lights and stuff like that, but Tal
Dark vision.
always, in a manner similar to Fayez, hangs out at the back in like the very like edge of light, like a predator fish. And he does disappear every now and again, and he comes back. And Fayez would remark to which one of you would hang out in the back? Probably not Caradoc and Jed.
No.
Yeah, no.
Middle or front?
Badger would be hanging out in the back.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I'm in the middle, so
Badger and Hawk. Fayez does tell you guys, after this occurrence happens a few times, he would stride up, accelerate his pace to catch up to you guys and whisper to you, I'm noticing Tala disappears. More often than I do. But just as quiet. Do you guys see him anywhere when he moves like that?
I assume not.
Roll perception. There is a chance.
Just a couple he's talking to, or just everyone?
Just Badger and Hawk.
Okay. That's pretty fucking good. Wait, you rolled 12. It's good!
Okay, both of you have 22. You guys don't ever see him, like, move, disappear, etc. But you guys ever so slightly catch when he comes back, because you can smell it off of him. There's a scent that is... It's weird. You guys are so accustomed to it, but now having spent a day in Valtonio, you've grown unaccustomed to it for like a breath of fresh air, literally. It's the scent of plague. That sickly wheat harvest scent that is ever present in all of Velkester. And whenever he comes back, there's a surge of that scent. So in a way, you guys are able to discern, oh, he's gone. Oh, he came back. Without ever actually need to turn around.
Hmm.
There might be like a couple second delay for the scent to drift off of him, but you still have it in pretty fast manner.
So we asked that. I think Hawk shares a look with Badger. I smell him. I don't. Do you see him?
Is that what that smell is? It's horrible.
It's just the plague. Smelled it plenty of times before.
It's still terrible.
Well, as long as it means he's scarpering off to kill some fellas, because we haven't been accosted at all, right? At
Nope.
this point. As long as it means he's scarpering off to kill whatever's in our path, then I'm fine smelling it.
As long as they ain't trying to kill me. That's what matters.
I thought you could take him.
I can take him, but not if he stabs me in the back.
Ah, right. Good watching out, you two. I'll try to keep my... He tilts his head. Nose open. And he drifts back to the back of the party.
When he drifts away, I think Hawk will look at Badger again and say, you ought to get a mask. It'll help mask any smells and also stop me from having to look at you.
Both
My God.
rude and helpful. I will think about it. Just to save you the trouble.
He's so nice.
If I just be helpful, then people might think I'm going soft on you.
You're gonna warm up to me. We're gonna become friends. You're gonna be carrying me around like a backpack.
You see him grimace behind his mask.
And so your journey continues. You guys, as said, are unaccosted, unmolested, unchased, unharried. You guys eventually peek back surface side, near Mark's house. The same entrance you guys used to get into the tunnel on your first expedition out. A considerable amount of time has passed, but you guys were faster on the way back than going, either because you were afforded the ability to be less cautious, or just because you guys just knew the route. Regardless, I think you guys probably left around, after all the shopping and everything, around noontime. So we'll say it's around. You guys took a good chunk of the day last time. We'll say it's around 4 o'clock as you guys exit out, and 5 o'clock by the time you guys make it back to the spire. So it's even in time, as much as you can discern it amidst the constant fiery blaze and spore clouds above.
Yeah, not in hell, so time doesn't exist.
Indeed. But as you guys make your approach, you guys see the weirdly safety-inducing feeling of the spire in the distance. And you guys make your approach. And there are guardsmen on perimeter patrol. There always are. But they've learned who you are and they recognize you. They just usher you on in.
They don't cheer when they see us.
They do not. They do not have that energy and happiness.
What the fuck?
They
You
hear
see
us
one
when
guy
we
go,
fire.
ooh, and then pass out. That was all his energy.
Those of you that have insight trained, I will toss in Jin in there because you're getting there. Do catch that they don't make a comment of it, but they do look at Tal and Riza, like they pay keen attention to them, but they don't call them out. They don't stop you guys. They don't give you guys an equipment check like you guys like what happened when you guys first got here, where you guys had to deposit your weapons, and they don't do it for them either.
They trust us.
They do.
The fools.
I'm going to assassinate Captain Herman. I'm a bugbear.
I was I was in for the log all.
Eva's like, I should take notes. But eventually, you guys are back in the spire and sent up to the captain's offices, where you guys see the familiar face of good old Captain Lois. There she is. You guys enter into the place as she's in the midst of reading some reports, and she looks. She's stood at the war table in the middle of the room, and she looks up at the new entrance, looks back to her thing, and then does a double take and looks back and gets a smile on her face. Well, our conquering heroes. She just sort of slaps down the report on the table and walks over. Welcome back. I take it from your new friends, she says, looking at Riza and Tal, that you're successful. Riza just smiles at her, but doesn't say anything.
More or less. Don't think peace talks are on the table anymore.
It doesn't take an insight roll to tell. Like, it does dishearten her a little bit. There must have been some flicker of hope, but only a flicker, because she doesn't seem devastated by that statement.
But simultaneously, I don't think they're really needed. We've convinced the Ventorians to help evacuate Valtonio. They're going north. We'll go southwest. Southeast. Fuck.
That's good. We're gonna need to start moving very soon then.
Mm-hmm.
She calls out to someone nearby and sends them as a runner to go retrieve Captain Herman. His presence is requested in the officer's room. See, how far would Herman be? Yeah, he'd probably be a bit distant, so he doesn't come immediately. In the meantime, though, she does look to you guys. Who'd you bumped into up there?
In regards to the captains,
She nods.
Kenthris. She's really the only one we spoke to. Only one we needed to.
She closes her eyes and nods to that. Oh, let's go there, Ascanthus. What about the commander?
She agreed to speak to him, and then after we spoke to the Ventorian bishops, they agreed that they would speak to him in kind.
She thinks for a moment. The sort of pursed lip, sort of focused gaze. That's either for the extreme best, or he'll put him on edge. Thinks for a moment. Canthades is a paragon of honor, certainly amongst all of us captains. But having her press him, along with the Ventarians, he might be thinking a deal to struck or something. That, or, she shrugs, He'll take the orders from the Ventorians and the guidance from his seconds. And they'll speed things right along. Speed things right. I suppose I'll all have to depend on how Kentharus approaches him. Star be with her. She'll need it. But she does like a dismissive way then. That's not the point of all of this, is it? You'll be happy to hear that we managed to scrounge up some other resources and things like that. Herman brought up some animals and things of the sorts in case we needed to start slaughtering them for food. But it seems that, she smiles, they'll live to see another day, and they're going to be put to work, moving supplies and people out of here.
So then, we got a plan.
To a certain degree. We didn't push too far on it, not until you guys returned. Come over there. And she ushers you guys to follow her as she walks over to the war table. Which, I'll say 70% of it is focused on Velkester. Not just central Velkester, but southern and northern Velkester as well. This long stretch of a city that always spans down the river. But it does show trails and roads that lead off and out of the map. And she points out one that goes in the southeastern direction. You guys can tell by, the compass rose. I don't think I ever told you guys the name of the town southeast of here.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Well. Now the reveal has happened.
Oh my god. In chat or in Discord?
New York.
It's actually Aberdeen.
Yeah. You know,
Krivos.
screwed then.
Krivos.
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 Boy.
Krivos.
This is the direction to Krivos. That's the town southeast of here. About 4 days travel by foot. Maybe after that if we got the proper mounts for it. I'm sure if we're all part of Herman's military contingent, it would only be 3 days of hard marching. But we ain't. And we're not going to start now.
For those of us that approached Velkester from the south, did we pass through Krivos? If it's the closest town?
In the southeastern direction from central Velkester, it is the closest one. If you came from southern Velkester, there's another one. So, yeah, I'll just illustrate it real fast.
Okay.
Move, Captain, move. Yeah. So, if the river spans... Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Central
Such river.
Central Velkester occupies, basically
Much
here,
more.
and then southern Velkester, it'll probably be off the map a bit, but I'll just draw it here, is, here. Northern Velkester is here. So the path to Krivos goes like this, but southern Velkester has a section which just goes. Pretend this is southern Velkester for the moment. It would go like this, following the river. So
Okay,
that's the direction you.
This is down here.
Right.
Yes, yeah, that's the direction you and Dahlia Denver would have come from.
Nina,
Which-
if you're gonna be going by Dahlia now, could you change your name in the Roll20 thing? Or unless you're still going by Denver, in which case you're fine.
I'm gonna go by Denver for now.
Okay, Dahlia.
Actually, you know what? She probably would have specified this. She doesn't mind you guys calling her Dahlia, but she wants to be introduced as Denver.
Gotcha.
So I'll change things. But
I knew what Dahlia was. She betrayed me, and people with the same name are exactly alike. I'm gonna kill you.
So is that the path that Badger would taken too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I think Roma definitely came from the water approach in northern Velkester, Valtonio.
They probably came the same direction. Well,
You
not
either came the
water,
same direction or you crossed over the river, because there used to be ferries.
Right,
that
that's a
just
river,
go.
not an ocean. Yes.
Yeah, there would be ferries that just went across the river because that's what That's what people do.
Yeah,
So you
that makes
might have
the
come
most
from
sense for
either of
him.
those directions.
Yeah.
Caradoc definitely had to do that because he's from Eulonia.
Caradoc
Yep.
manifested. I love the idea that
Manifest
Caradoc and
destiny.
Jin just passed each other at some point before getting here and just never know.
That's pretty funny.
Potentially.
Oh, sorry, excuse me.
I recognize you from somewhere.
What a polite man.
The end.
Funny hat.
Man, I like his hat. Moving on.
We'll never see each other ever again.
So none of us came from Kravos way. Gotcha.
Correct. And then there are some like different pathways that span out in between cities and or sense habitation hubs for Velcaster. There's technically another road for northern Valtonio, Velcaster that goes like I guess more direct east than north, but yeah.
Mm.
So there's a number of different paths.
So I guess looking at the map here, Hawk would ask, what's the road to Kravos like? Forested, open.
We've gotten some of the reports from do you think so how to say it? They're not exactly merchants, but they're people that are offering their services, transporting people out of here and out to Kravos. You might catch them every now and again, although I notice the numbers are getting fewer and fewer by the day. They stop by here, offering harbor, either for goodwill or for coin. According to them, the roadway is a bit more than a bit overgrown. They've had to clear it every time they pass back through. Either plants are overgrown or there are things knocked over. Trees and things of the like. I would reckon there's probably something out there. But she thinks none of the lights are disrupted. So they got that going from. Every major corridor in this world has like great. They're not even grave lights technically, because grave lights have like a 1% chance of failure, but these lights have like a 20% chance. Maybe not 20, like 10%. They're usually pretty stable, right? They how to say this? It's 10% for like any contest of it. So like if an aberrant tries to break it, the aberrant's gonna have a hard time doing it. But left alone, they'll probably last a long while. So anyways, all the lights on it, the road lights are clear. Although the last I heard of that was, do you think for a moment, 2 days ago? Regardless, if it's only one light broken on the road, you can always stop and camp and then make your merry way the next morning.
That said, I'd rather not be on the road if the pitch is about. And if it's overgrown, as you say, then that's going to slow us down.
I wouldn't worry about any aberrants.
Looks at Tal.
Lois doesn't look at Riza. She looks up from the table, like with her eyes at you, like who does Booch?
How murderous does Tal look?
Hey, it's fine. There's not one in the room. There's not another one in the room.
I was about to say. It's not one of the. Well, okay.
I think Hawk shares a look of who does bitch with Captain Lois, like but I don't know, sister. And he'll look at Raisin and say, "We don't need to worry about him." Why is that?
Not the aberrants, no. The aberrations, maybe, but I'm sure you guys can handle it. And if not, then I got your back.
Well, there you have it, Captain.
I'm sorry. Who are you? My name's Riza. Riza Vorland. I'm a Eulonian that got picked up by this lot. Right. Pleasure. She shakes her hand, the offered hand. Jin, you can see it's not a contest between the two, but you can tell both of them are exerting some effort in showing off which one has a stronger handshake.
They're making a good first impression. They're not like wet fishing it.
They are.
I forget,
Next, they're gonna pull out their
Captain
business
know
cards.
about Denver. Does Captain Lewis know about Denver's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're the ones who
Uh,
diagnosed.
Her and her team. Her
The
medics.
team, I should say, diagnosed, so there's no chance she doesn't know.
Then, to explain it to Captain Lewis, he'll gesture towards Tal and say, this fellow here, Tal, he's agreed to help Denver with her, he just taps his temple. And raises, his friend.
She smiles at that.
So she's along for the ride.
Lois looks at that smile, smiling all smiley. Right. As long as y'all know what you're getting yourself into.
Sure we do.
Definitely.
What are you talking about? Kidding.
You go, definitely. And then you hear, that is good to hear. Welcome back, all of you.
He manifested.
As he often does.
I heard the shriek.
Square my shoulders.
He's entering into the room, like literally right now. He's not tower piazing and teleporting behind you. No, he just caught your guys' conversation coming in. Welcome back, all of you. I
Thank you, sir.
trust that you are successful if you are back with guests. He stares not at Riza but at Tao, who just Tao only knows how to glare at people. He doesn't have like a soft look.
I mean, to be fair, he has like a mask that covers his whole face. So like,
Yeah, it doesn't help. If anything, it accentuates it. Good time, man, Herman. We were talking about, well, everything. Evacuation plans see him ago. Is that so? The mathematic is amenable.
Say again?
The mathematic is amenable to the evacuation.
The Ventorians are heading north. We're heading southeast. No need for peace talks if we're heading the opposite directions.
He nods. Yeah, good. And then we'll just have to figure out what to do afterwards. He looks to Lois. I've already begun the preparations in southern Velcaster to begin moving all of my men as well as the survivors down there. They will have to meet us on the road. There's no point in them coming up here just to rebound the other way. Right. Well, as long as they're in a suitable position, and as long as no shamblers get to them, that is my main concern. But I think moving all of my forces, as long as the shamblers don't amass a mob like they have in the past, we should be fine. And we've been clearing their numbers slowly but surely in southern Valcaster. And meanwhile, the Zealots have been doing similar here in Central. Is that the case? She looks at him and he looks at her. I have not heard much reports on combat from the Zealots. She gets a perturbed look on her face. Silent.
Perturbed?
Perturbed. Concerned.
Has there been any strange movement towards the Plague District?
There has been. Which is why I'm wondering if we're seeing less shamblers walking around here on Velcaster's side. Not because they are dying. You think they're amassing. Collect.
Remind me, Crash, did we tell them about the previous visions we received?
which ones?
The captains.
No, which visions?
The plural. All
I
of them.
think yes, up until the one that
That we
The
had
Taryn is talking
when we
about.
couldn't tell him.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe you guys discussed that with the Chosen Star.
We had, well, Arena did, another vision. We think it means that something is being born over there.
Barn. What do I mean, barn?
Made in some capacity. But just gesture towards Caradoc. for you to continue on.
I can only speculate as to what it is, the nature of it. It could be a measure to survive the pitch, something to confront the Bloodstar, a plague-born Newman, a grave light. Whatever it is, it's bad news.
So about that evacuation plan, Herman. I know, Lois, I know. We have no time on the... Well, no time whatsoever on this rising Newman. We just have to hope that the Bloodstar, as fickle as it is, will contest it for long enough. And better. I don't want to exactly stay in a town whose Newman is